Hey y'all, time for another episode of Zombicide Prison Outbreak. I'm Doug Mystic Guy and Board Game Geek, based out of Austin, Texas area. Got my wonderful neighbor dogs providing ambient or sound for our videos. Perhaps there's dogs in this prison, I don't know. But anyway, we're going to get right to the table, start dealing with some of the action. But first, those of you that watch my videos know that we've got to make some adjustments. So actually one of them is just an adjustment, and then I'm also going to make some, I want to say, creative corrections. Let's just put it that way. But let's get to the table and look at first our adjustment and then our corrections. So as you're all aware, my man Dan down in Australia is helping me play, and he's running the character Belle. And he brought up something to me that as a player, as if I was playing with others and as if he was playing with others, he would have done. And that is, you know, when she was searching that room, she got canned goods. And I immediately tossed them out thinking, you know, we're not going to need that. But, you know, if I was playing a multiplayer game, I'm sure somebody would have said, hey, keep it in case you get hurt, right? Well, that's exactly what Dan said. So, remember, she had a kukri in her inventory. Now, the kukri's not going to do her any good per se, but, and again, this is really not going to be game impacting much, but it would have been better when she was injured to throw away the canned goods as opposed to the kukri. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to put the kukri back into her secondary inventory slot here, and we will say that she discarded the canned goods, which makes more sense. Now we'll go on to some of my creative correction stuff. Okay, part one, and this is a quickie. This Berserker zombie, actually, someone pointed out the rules to me that they don't just move one, these big bad ugly guys. These guys actually move two. Isn't that terrible? You really got to scramble away from them. So he's actually going to end up here as opposed to here, where he was back here. And this guy's still going to take make his way toward our friend Joshua. So that's just one little part. Now, the next part, you know, I was trying to correct some corrections, and in correcting some corrections, I created some corrections. Did you follow that? That's pretty awesome, huh? Anyway, panning up here, when we drove through there was actually a zombie here and a zombie there when we first did the corrections. Or prior to that, so I didn't account for the zombie. So I'm going to go to the table and roll for our good friend Grindlock running down that zombie. Now there was some movement stuff that didn't work out right, but you know what? We're having fun. I'm not going to go back and like redo the board to correct a movement error. And I think we got enough going on not to worry about it. So we are going to have to roll to run over this zombie though. Okay, here we are at the dice roller. Let's roll for Grindlock and his zombie. 5. Yeah, he did kill that zombie, so we can like, I guess, reset on that. He did manage to get that zombie, and that's where we're at. Now, though, when we did the zombie movement, there was also one here. Now, he had equal line of sight on 2 characters, but this one actually made more noise because the car and the player, I'm going to assume. So he would have moved there. No, normally if they're completely equal, we get a choice of which way to move them. But we're going to do that for now. And that's going to actually end our pseudo-quasi-creative correctioning stuff. And now we're just going to move on. Now I think that in this case we're going to start with Watts because we got Watts with the chainsaw in the elevator holding the candlestick with Mr. Mustard. So we're going to start there. So this is Watts. You guys have been following along. He's collected a couple of objective tokens. He's got a pistol with plenty of ammo and a chainsaw. But in a bit of a dire situation because he's also now wounded, and as we pan to the board, as you can see, he also has unfriendlies with him, a fatty and 2 walkers. So we're going to have him go first. He's not going to search anymore. He's kind of got his loadout the way he can get it for now. That makes some sense. I do have to remove some noise tokens from the board. But we're going to go roll the dice against these guys. Remember, with his chainsaw, he's going to roll 5 dice. He needs to roll 5 or better, and each one causes 2 hits. Now, let's go back to the dice roller and make that happen. He does have 4 actions total, so that's going to be useful in case he has some misses like we did last turn. Okay, here we are at the dice bowl. We're going to roll Watts 5 dice for his chainsaw, and we're going to see if we can kill these zombies. Well, so his first hit he got 1, so we're going to be able to take out one of the zombies with this 6. Remember, he needs a 5 or better. So even though we're rolling 5 dice, the odds are not wonderful, even though they should be better than the way I'm rolling. So he's going to take his second action. He's going to roll again. Well, then he got all 3 of them because he got 2 6s on that one. So by his second action, he did get all 3 of the zombies in that space, the fatty and the 2 walkers, and we're going to go also place 2 noise tokens in there for him using the chainsaw twice. Now Watts still has 2 actions to go, and this is him here with the baseball bat, and we're going to remove these guys. These guys are gone now, so they are out of the room. Watts is also going to get 3 experience points. I don't know how, we're getting kind of close on some of these guys, getting to the orange level, because that puts Watts at 16 experience. Anyway, we're going to take Watts' 3rd action to move out here, and we might as well take his 4th action to see if he can kill one of these runners. We need to get rid of them, otherwise runners, because we haven't seen runners really do much in this game yet, but for those that don't know, runners get 2 activations. Oh, these are berserkers. He actually can't do that. It's got to be with melee. So, we're going to have to do something kind of crazy here with our friend Shannon when she goes. And I got to refresh myself with Belle. I think Belle was going to search. I think Dan wanted her to continue to search, see if we could get something to kill these big guys. Also kind of hoping maybe we can just, if we do get a Molotov, we don't kill the big guys. We kill the big mob instead and get out, since we will have all the objective tokens by then. So he doesn't want to get wounded, that's for sure. So I think what he's going to do, of course this could create a pileup, but he doesn't have enough actions to move into that space and actually attack them. But he does have 2 actions, or he has 1 more action left. So I think what he's going to do is move to here and get ready to start going through that door, and probably draw these guys down and start popping them, shooting at them with his pistol and trying to get rid of some of the zombies piling up there. It's going to be rough. This is going to be a rough ending. Lots going on because we got zombies in approach as well as the 2 abominations running around the board. Anyway, that's going to end Watts' turn. Now we're going to move on to Joshua. Okay, here's Joshua. He has some gasoline, which is cool. That's part of the way there. He's managed to pick up 2 shotguns. He's currently going to probably be shooting the bigger one because it's more effective. But the sawed-off actually hits better, so it's kind of a trade-off there. It's hard to say. Regardless, he's in a police car. So for his first, now he's only got 3 actions. So to get out of the space with the, let's go to the board and we'll show you what I'm talking about. To get out of this space with this abomination is going to require him to take 1 extra action. So it'll take 2 of his 3 actions to get from here to here. I don't see that we have much of an option there. Now, if he wants to draw the abomination along with him, he can just stop there, because then he'll keep line of sight with the abomination. But that's going to allow more zombies to pile up down the other side of the board. Might be okay. I think what we're going to do here is we are going to pull back here. That's going to be at least 1 of his actions. Now he's got 2 more actions, or I'm sorry, 1 more action left to go. If he goes around that corner, then this guy's going to have to make a decision on which way to go, depending on where Grindlock ends up. But I do think we got to go after these zombies down here and start plowing them down, and Joshua's got to get back to the group. So remember, a car can move 1 or 2 spaces. Now, when he moved out of here, I could have plowed him around there. That would give him, when he moved out, he still could move 2, even though it cost 2 of his actions. Now, the question of the day is, do we want to give line of sight to these zombies and let them pile up on them? I think and I'll show you what I mean. As we go down this road here, and we come around the corner, don't need that anymore, you can see this pile of zombies here. Now he can get to that spot right there in his last action and kind of screech around this corner, which will draw the attention of all of these guys here with line of sight then on him. Not such a bad thing. Now the abomination will completely lose line of sight on him, so we'll have to determine where he goes. But I think that's okay. So he's going to go 1, 2 for his next car movement, and he's screeching around that corner to take these guys down. Of course, they're going to move into a space next turn. And there's a lot of them, so he may have to do some shotgunning before he is able to continue on and move again. And if he gets a couple of them dead, he'll get an extra action for getting enough experience to get him in the yellow. So I think we're okay there. Now, let's go on to our next character, Grindlock. Now Grindlock's doing pretty awesome. He's got stuff. He's got zombies all around him. He's dragging around abominations. But I think that first thing we're going to do is, for his first, again, he's only got 3 actions too because he hasn't killed a lot of zombies. But, yeah, let's go to the table and take a look at what I think we're going to do here. Well, it's going to take 2 of his 3 actions to move through the zombie, even though he's going to get to potentially run this zombie over. It is in a space. Or, could take 1 action, shoot it out the window with his automatic shotgun, create some noise to help draw that other abomination. Yeah, I think he's going to do that. He might as well do that. That's going to give him 3 dice with a 4+ to do that with his automatic shotgun, which I'll show you on the table. And that way it'll cost him 1 to move again, and he can actually plow into these guys and maybe kill them. Of course, if he doesn't, he'll take an injury. But let's start with shooting this 1 walker here. Again, he's going to be using the automatic shotgun, which is going to give him 3 dice. He needs a 4+, and he does 2 points of damage, which isn't really relevant because the walker only needs 1. Let's go to the dice roller. Okay, here we are at the dice roller. Let's make his roll and see if he can shoot this zombie through the driver's side window of the police car. Yeah, he does. He gets 1-4, which was enough to do it. So, boom, we get to do that. We're going to add a noise marker to that zone there. And here it is. Yeah, not too bad. So, and then that's going to remove... Oh, you know what? Guys, we're going to have to take that back. You know, I look at these berserkers and I just see Walker first. Okay, so we have to take that back. Anyway, he can't kill him with a shotgun. It's a berserker zombie, which requires melee, so he's going to have to run it over. So anyway, he's going to take 2 actions to go 1 move. This might actually work out better, because he can still make 2 moves in his 2 actions. We're going to roll for this zombie. Let's go to the dice roller for that and see if he kills him. Okay, he's going to get one die for the car. Remember, you roll 1 die for every zombie that's in the zone with the car. So let's roll that. He did not kill that zombie, so it's still there. That's not necessarily good. But he does get to take another move. And let's see. He can't go into the... Let's go back to the table. I'll show you what he can and can't do here. He can't go into this zone with Kim yet, because if he does, he's going to hit her. But he's still got 1 point of movement, basically, in his action, because the police car can move 2. And he might as well use it to plow into these guys. That still gives him another action. If he knocks him down, he can back up and hit the other one, or at least back up a space to draw those 2 guys toward him. So he's going to do that. So for the second part of his move with the police car, he's moving into there. We're going to roll 2 dice for each of these zombies. Hopefully we'll have some better dice luck. Let's go to the dice roller. Okay, let's roll the dice for this police car attack on the 2 zombies. Okay, we got 1. That's not bad. Well, yeah, that's not bad. And I guess he can take his next action to move out of there. Well, he can't because he won't have enough. And they're berserkers as well, so again, he cannot attack them with firearms. I gotta look. I wonder if he can swing that fire axe out from outside from the police car. I don't know if he can. I doubt it, but I'll take a look. Well, I've been hindering myself again because as I looked at the car rules, it says that the car can move through a zombie zone without having to spend the extra action. So, yeah, he didn't have to do that once he was in the car. He could drive around like a crazy madman. Anyway, so actually to get from here to here with only 1 action, he's still got 2 actions left to go. So what he's going to do, heck, why not, man? You know, he's going to back up. So that'll attack this zombie again. Go here and here. That is now going to be his second action. He's going to get to roll 1 dice first on this one, then on this one again. He's screeching back and forth, being all crazy like. Okay, let's go to the dice roller. Okay, here's the roll for the first zombie, and he does kill it. That's going to put him up. Now he's already got an extra experience points. He's at 5, so that's going to put him at 6. If he kills the other one, he's going to get an extra action. What the heck will he do with it? I don't know. Anyway, let's see if we kill the last one, because that'll make the difference. Okay, now let's roll the dice for the next one he's going to roll over, and that's still going to leave him with 1 action. Pretty good. And he did, so he has now got 2 actions left. I think... gosh, it's hard to determine what we want to do with him, but you know, 2 actions means a lot. Let's go back to the table. Before we go back to the table, I just want to fix his experience. He killed a total of 3 zombies in this turn, so that's going to put him up to a total of 7, which gives him an extra action. Now let's go back to the table. We're going to pluck this zombie off of here as well. Now again, he's still got 2 actions. That was his first action to do, well, his second action actually. So he went, first action drove him here, second action drove him back. He's got 2 more. You know, he could go 1, 2, 3, and then back again. It's going to cause a split on these zombies. But there's 2 and 2, so that's okay unless he kills a whole bunch of them. That's going to draw the abomination because he'll be right here still line of sight, that big abomination. Okay, yeah, we're going to do that. So here's his third action. He's going to go 1, 2, and for his fourth action, he's going to go here. And we're going to roll a bunch of dice. Hopefully, he gets to kill a lot of the berserkers with his car. Let's go to the dice roller. Okay, here we are at the dice roller. So he got 2 right there. Bam. Now he can't continue on because he's got another car in front of him, but he did kill 2 of these guys. Now that's going to give him 2 more experience as well. I need to see if that's going to, if he can actually take, when he does 2 moves, can he move forward and back in the same action? Let me check that out. It doesn't say. So it says he can move 1 or 2 zones. So I think we're going to move, I think this is legit. He's going to screech, put on the brakes, and pull back here. That'll keep him out of immediate danger. So that's what we're going to do. Someone tell me if I'm wrong, but I read here, I can even point out the drive a car section. It says nothing about whether or not you can change direction during those 2 moves. So we did it. Anyway, let's move on. That's going to be the end of Grindlock's turn. And he is now at 9 experience. And we're going to move on to Kim. Now here's Kim. Now she doesn't have 4 actions yet either. But she's the one going for the very last objective token. So what we have to do is, she doesn't currently have the clawed hammer equipped. I got to check, just to remind myself, I'm trying to remind myself of all the little fiddly rules. If when you're opening a door, do you have to have that item equipped? I'm just going to check that, because if it just needs to be in your inventory, then we're in good shape. Otherwise she's going to have to swap them out, which is going to take one of her 3 actions. So in the rules it says any item in hand, right? So cards in reserve are not in hand. Cards in hand are these. This kind of sucks because that means she's going to have to temporarily remove her awesome dual hatchet wielding nonsense as an action. So one of her 3 actions is going to be to equip the clawed hammer, and then she's going to break down. So that was action number 1. We're going to go to the table for action number 2. Here is Kim. Action number 2 will be to break open this door. Okay, and then as part of that, we're also going to have to spawn some zombies. Okay, I don't know that we have any fatties. Anyway, this is what I drew. As we're getting on the yellow zone, all fatties get an extra turn. Well, we luckily killed the only fatty that was on the board at the time. So we don't have any fatties. So guess what that means? It means we got a bit of a reprieve there. So the room is empty. So for her 3rd action, well, yeah, she might as well step in there. So that was action 2, action 3. Of course, she got no experience for any of this. And the next turn she can switch back. Yeah, okay. So she's going to step in there as her 3rd action. That's going to end her turn. She's going to pick up this last objective token. So she's starting the rallying cry, telling everybody to head for the exit. We're almost there. We'll see. Now we're going to move on to Belle. You know, good old Belle, she's done some killing, so she's dangerously close. She's already got 14, or is it 15? It's like 15, it's just not straight. 15 experience points, putting her close to getting into the orange level. I don't know if that's such a bad thing right now. We're getting close to being able to get out of the exit. Now and actually give her another free melee action. She'd be the queen of actions and be able to slay all kinds of things. And once you're in that orange level, it takes a long time to get up to the red. So it might not be too bad. You know, obviously the red threat level is worse for zombie spawns, but we're leaving people. So I think, but for now, we're going to do what Dan requested on his turn, and we're going to go back to the table, and she's going to start by searching that room. So Dan definitely wanted her to avoid combat, so the first thing she's going to do is search. Uh-oh. So what is it? So this card, by the way, card, means that in searching, she found like a crazy zombie sitting in the corner, blah, blah, blah. So I guess she's going to get one more kill whether she wants to or not. Anyway, that's going to go there on the top of that deck. This is going to spawn a regular walker in the room with her. And she says, oh, oops, well, I have a Katana Wakasashi, so I'm going to kill it. She's going to roll 4 dice and kill that zombie as her second of 4 actions. Plus, she's also got a free move action. Okay, here we are at the table. We're going to be rolling for Belle's katana. Keep in mind that her katana and wakizashi combination give her 4 dice. She needs a 4+, and they do 1 damage each, so she can take out walkers with ease. And here we go. So says I. She killed one of them, which is all she needed, thank God, but man, what a really weak roll. I was starting off with such strong rolls, and now I'm not doing so well. So anyway, she did manage to kill that walker, which is what we needed to do, and now we're going to go back and finish the rest of her turn. The katana wakizashi combination doesn't create any extra noise, so we're just going to remove him from the table. She's still got 2 actions plus a free move action. So for her third action, she's going to move here. I don't think she needs her free action, really. I mean, basically the best thing she can do is get lined up here with Watts to do the onslaught into the exit area. Because these zombies are going to move, and we're going to have zombies on us too, with these 2 walkers and 3. So between her and Watts, they can just about slay, I would hope, just about kill anything that comes into their zone that only takes 1 point of damage. So she's going to move there. Now, next up, that's going to end her turn, by the way. There's no reason for her to take her extra move. I don't want to move her into there yet until everybody's gathered to do a final assault. Probably next turn, because we also don't want too many zombies to spawn there in addition. So let's move on to Shannon. It's going to be Shannon's turn, and we'll have Shannon will be the last player, and then we'll move on to the zombie turn. So Shannon's, she's in the building too. She might as well take an extra search. I mean, if we could find a bottle, I don't know what luck we're going to have. We're not doing a ton of searching, but if we could find a bottle and Joshua can get there with his can of gas, we can blow up all the zombies in the basketball court area. So let's first go to the search deck and see what she finds. Just a reminder, Shannon was also in the room with Watts and Belle, and she's still there, so she's going to do her search there first. Here's the search deck. Let's pull up the next card. Are you kidding me? Now this actually presents a bit of a problem for us, because she only has 4 actions. She's going to have to use her third action to kill this zombie that popped up in the room, or she can use 2 actions. Either way, when she moves out in the street, that's going to end her turn. So maybe she won't move out in the street yet. We'll have to see. Anyway, she does spawn another walker there. This room is just rampant with hidden walkers, and she's for her next turn, she's going to use her meat cleaver and try and hack that zombie. She needs a 3+ to do it, but she only gets 1 die. So hopefully we'll get a little luck here. Okay, here's Shannon's first roll with the meat cleaver. Yeah, no problem. She killed that zombie, and she's now got, that was her second action. Yes. So she's got 2 actions left. Searched, killed zombie. Okay, so she could still get to the other guys. I'm glad she did that in 1 roll. That's going to end her turn. Unfortunately, or actually, we're going to go back to the table and move her. Unfortunately, that leaves her in a spot where we didn't get the bottle, or didn't search for the bottle, and that kind of sucks. And we've had 2 of the R cards come up, popping zombies in that room. But let's go back to the table and see what we do next. We're going to pop this zombie here. That is going to put Shannon up to 12 experience. I also have to go adjust Belle's sheet for when she did that. And the meat cleaver does not cause any additional noise. So we're going to take our next move to go here. That's her third action. And for her fourth action, she'll go here. So we're okay. That ended up not so bad, except we didn't get to continue searching. But I think, odds are one more search, we're not going to find that can or that bottle for the Molotov, because we already dumped a bottle earlier out of inventory in a search. So anyway, that's going to end the player's turn. So now we're going to go on to zombies. First, we're going to do any attacks. There aren't any, because there are no zombies currently in a space with a player. Then we're going to move zombies. There's lots of that. And then we're going to spawn zombies. So let's start doing that now. First off, we're right here, so we're going to take these 2 runners' turn. They're going to head down there to them. That's a no-brainer. Now remember, runners get to make two activations. So they activate once to move there, activate twice to move in the space with the players. Man, they're going to have to kill them all in the next turn. These ones here, these 3 here, are also going to move down here into the space with them. And this runner is going to go 1 activation, 2 activations. So look how quickly they got mopped. Luckily, we got lots of melee in there with the chainsaw, the katana wakizashi combination, Shannon can actually use either her blade or her gun either way. She's got some the point blank ability, so she can actually shoot in the same zone if she had a better weapon. She doesn't. Anyway, not too bad there. So let's move on to the next spot. Pile here of zombies. They have line of sight on these guys, so I'm going to move them all. The whole mob is moving down one along with them right there. I'm kind of assuming that these are divided in a way that look like the zones. I got to look up the basketball court. I want to see if it's actually different. I don't know if there's any different rules for it or not, but I'll check that out. Regardless, they're going to move closer to where they have visibility, and since they can't see, can no longer see Kim or cannot see Grindlock in the car, that's who they see, and they're going to move that direction. Okay, next. Okay, I looked in the book and I can't find any specific or easily find any specific or special rules for that basketball court, so I'm going to play it like it's a standard room area. Okay, anyway, we're here with these two guys. Now they're going to split. They have equal observation on two characters that have equal noise levels. So one's going to go here with Joshua, and the other one's going to go here with Grindlock. And now we're going to move around to the two abominations. Okay, well this abomination here, it's kind of a no-brainer. He's got line of sight on Grindlock still, so he's going to go one here. Now remember, they move two, and two there. It's only one activation, but they move twice, or can move twice. So he's right there. Now this guy here, I'm thinking, you know, the most of the noise is coming from here. He's also got Grindlock here, so I think that logic would dictate that he would move here, which is great. Completely out of harm's way at this point. We just need to get by this clown. I'm not sure how we're going to do that because they're blocking both streets. I mean, it's going to take one action to move in, two actions to move out, and he's still only got 3 actions. So that would put him right there. It's not too bad. But man, they got to get in there and do some killing, that's for sure. So anyway, now we're going to go on to zombie spawns. Okay guys, things have heated up for us here. We got a zinger here with, see that, 2 fatties. That means there's 2 fatties, and they're, by the way, they're berserkers. 2 fatties and 4 walkers came out of this zone. Man, we gotta get our hustle on here now and get to that exit, because in this scenario, all characters need to make it to win this scenario. Man, I think cars are the way to go here if we can get this group into the prison area and clear it out. Anyway, we also have 3 in this spot. We had 3 additional berserker walkers. I'm almost out of berserker walkers. I've got almost all of them used because they're mostly on the table. So we got 3 there. I have 2. Oops, didn't put them out. 2 regular runners here. That's not a runner. Just 2 regular runners here. I need to get another regular runner. There we go. 2 regular runners in this space, and then up here we got 3 more berserker zombies. Now here's what's making me nervous. I got maybe 8 or 9 cards left in the zombie deck. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't counted. And I've only seen 1 extra activation card, the one for the fatties. So that means in the remaining cards I have, there's one that's going to extra activate the walkers, and one that's going to give an extra activation to the runners. We could end up with some dead characters. And if we do that, we lose. So this, you know, by requiring myself to get all objective tokens, I made this much harder. Anyway, plus I think I hindered myself and helped myself in a number of weird ways throughout the game. That said, that's going to end our playthrough for today. We got some pretty interesting scenarios here. I think the biggest and most critical one is getting these guys out of this, killing all these zombies, and killing all these zombies to open up the way for the exit. And then holding the exit against the onslaught that's coming while the 2 remaining characters in the police cars get the heck down here. It's kind of bad that we had this berserker abomination move into here, because it's going to take extra moves to get by him now. Of course, if I take Grindlock first, I can move him down there, or move him down there, and at least let Joshua get past there so he's not dealing with this one. 2, though he'll still have to get by that one. Yeah. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how this rolls out. Could be interesting, folks. But again, now that I understand that police cars don't require an extra action, we can breeze by him, come down to here, taunt him. God, but I don't want them to deal with him either. And Kim's got to get out. Wow, this is just crazy for us. Alright. let's just keep going and see how this works out. But we'll see you next time. We're getting really close to the end. We probably got 1 or 2 more turns in this before we're either done or dead. Hopefully we'll win. We're going to try our best, but we'll see. Thanks, and talk to you soon.
Wow.